The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much.
Welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc Blind. We are establishing who killed Mukuro and finding out that no one killed Mukuro, it was actually Junko.
Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
You call that training?
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
That seems almost indecent. And yeah, look. There's all of the spears going through her.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
Technically, it's both Mukuro and the Mastermind. I want to say Mukuro.
Shoot!
No, not really, you're right. But I guess it's the Mastermind.
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me. But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question.
Shoot, let's go.
Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
It's interesting he's actually taking direct part in the trials now.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Compare Mukuro to the mask attacker. I mean, we didn't really see the tattoo, but
You never saw their face? Right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there is another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
I was gonna say, the way that she's holding that knife, we actually...
And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
Doesn't say anything about her tattoo.
Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot. Or perhaps the left foot?
I don't know if it's right or left hand.
Or could it be the hips? You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusama.
Oh my god, get out of the way.
You're wrong.
Is there a way I can look at that picture? Is it in here? It's not. How can I reach through the picture to see which hand it... Okay, wait. Let me think about it. So they were reaching for me. Holding the knife up and reach... I think it was their... I think we could see... It's either right or left hand. I don't know which, and I can't reach forward to look at the picture.
There's another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips? You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now.
Okay, it is right. Good, I'm glad I remembered it right. Correctly.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo.
Oh, damn, I'm an idiot. So there goes my entire idea about Junko. Because, yeah, I was just thinking about... Huh.
But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me.
So that means it may actually be like Celeste or one of them.
And there was no such tattoo.
That doesn't make sense, because all of the, like, spear evidence really seems to match up with it.
So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me. It could have been, you know, someone else, right?
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
It could have been, but then why would she go to all the trouble of saving me if she was the one that tried to kill me?
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner!
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Also, we established this before. The killer wasn't wearing gloves. Kyoko does because of scars all over her hands.
Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
All of her scars?
Your hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It's more than just a little burnt
Awful,
skin.
isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then she put her gloves back on.
My scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
No, not at all. I'm positive.
That's even more obvious than the wolf tattoo.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? corner just yet.
You're almost there, though.
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just...
Well, yeah, there was one very obvious place that goes.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In
Yep,
fact,
the
I have
tarp.
proof.
I'm now trying to figure out, is it Celeste, is it Leon, or is it Mondo? Celeste is the one that springs immediately to mind. She definitely has the chops to pull out this kind of deception.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again,
I don't know how you missed this the first time.
I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
How did you not?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in.
That seems plausible.
Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous. Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is
Absolutely.
hidden within that room, isn't it?
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
Exactly.
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One
It
so
did. It's the
major
whole key to the
can't be
case.
overlooked.
La la la, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Oh, jeez. I hate these.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Hey, by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
Man, he's desperate to get this topic to change.
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
It's not important right now.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
Why are you bringing that up now?
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family? Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
It doesn't matter. I can't do anything about it right now.
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
He should not want me to get upset. Anger leads to passion, and passion leads to conviction. And I'm about ready to convict. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. If I want to shut him up, I'll expose the inconsistency and slam him with it.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
I'm not sure how to reload. Help! Thank you.
What? What do you want? Are you sure about
Yeah, it's sad. All I remember how to reload is to use this stupid time. I don't remember the actual command for it. I've never bothered to look it up.
Are you sure about this?
I don't need to be able to see to do this.
Are you sure about this? I'm not listening! What are you even talking about? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? I'm not listening!
This should prove it.
Okay, that's... I got confused about what I was doing. My bad. I got kind of panicked.
The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the lights.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
There's only 9 lights on.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
It seems like an awfully stupid thing to set up if you're going to do this.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
They're not Reese's.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Suspicious? Why? That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
Absolutely. Sakura. Shunko. Leon. Chihiro. Mondo. Taka Hifumi. Celeste. Sakura. And Makuro.
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
I consider the possibility that one of them had been fed to the Monokuma flower, but every time I examine the Monokuma flower, it says it's not related to the case.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I'm saying a dead body never actually died.
I got it! The masterminds destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her. And yet, her body was left alone.
Then, whose body did
For some reason, it wouldn't let me open the other ones, because that would have been incredibly useful.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
Well, if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murderers?
I got it!
Are we getting back to...
What about it? the same person was killed twice.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Technically, you're right, I guess. Still.
This is back to you when I said, okay, so I am thinking I was actually right at the beginning. But I don't know how they faked the tattoo, unless they just put a tattoo on her hand.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
Absolutely Junko.
It was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Yep.
Nothing's gonna become obvious, because Kyoko's totally delusional.
I already broke through that.
Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono?
Nope.
Junko Enoshima?
Shoot!
Who is...
I really thought it was Junko.
Is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
It obviously can't be a guy.
Hiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu... whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Dang it!
Shoot!
Do I have to, like,
Is this
shoot?
someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata?
Do I have to shoot that into it?
Hiro Fujisaki? Mando Owada? Kiyotaka Ishimaru? Hifumi Yamada? Celestia Lu...
Lunenbo.
whatever? Or maybe... Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
There we go. That always frustrates me. I'm like, I know the answer. I just don't know how to tell you I know the answer.
Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
And the similarities match?
They sure do.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
They could easily.
It's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same?
I think it's more that Junko was dragged out again, Mukuro has never actually been killed.
Wait, so then... Yeah, what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, 1 is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the
Yes.
mastermind?
Which gets me maybe getting back to Celeste. I'm so confused.
Who is it? Who's behind
I think it actually is Mukuro. That's still my gut.
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died.
Except again, there's this stupid tattoo.
So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, it could be Celeste, Leon, or...
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? One that's alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? Yeah, it's that stupid tattoo. That's the one thing holding it up. That's what I thought at first, too, because I was dumb and forgot about the tattoo.
The body will...
This doesn't talk about a tattoo, does it? No.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the...
What's the biolab secret? Oh.
Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Yeah, we got to it too fast. That's what I thought going in, but I'm not thinking so anymore.
It wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I don't know.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive?
I'm so like not sure at all.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Nope, I didn't know why that would work.
Shoot!
I don't know. If this thing actually contains something about her tattoo, I could use it.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
What's the fatal injury?
Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it look like Junko's
I really, unfortunately, I have no idea what I'm supposed to answer here in order to make it go through.
True identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
I'm like so at a lot. I almost want to just slam this, but that won't help me.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro. Then she's still alive?
Why did that bounce? There's nothing that hit it.
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
This is the only thing I can think of, and I don't know. It shouldn't work. It should not work.
It wasn't
Nope.
Shoot.
Well, guys, next time we come back and reset this, because we're at 30 minutes, I don't know what they want from me. I know it's the tattoo that causes it, but the tattoo isn't any of the evidence they're giving me. Erg.